everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Harta Mutiara with my last student number 045. So, I am from group 7. We are going to talk about how new words are formed, the concept of openness and productivity revisited, which is the continuation material from chapter 4 about the morphological component. So let me explain what the concept of openness and productivity are. First, openness. This refers to the degree to which a language readily accepts new words. Some languages are more open in incorporating new words, while others are more conservative. Two is productivity. Productivity measures the capacity of a language to create new words following its rules and patterns. Highly productive languages can easily generate new words by applying familiar rules. Certain categories of words show greater openness than others. That is, the numbers of words and often classes of words, also called content words, grow. So often classes of words are types of words such as nouns, adjectives, verb, and adverb that grow in number in a language. Whereas the number of words in closed classes of words, also called function words, do not usually grow. So function words are types of words such as preposition and pronouns, the growth of which is very limited. You have to remember that in English, new nouns, verb, adjective, and adverb are always being formed. Yet new conjunction, pronouns, and preposition are rare. So, similarly, some morphemes are very productive and others are not. Bound morphemes such as li, able, as, meant, free, and in can be edited to thousands of words including new words. On the other hand, some forms are not productive. Boysen is used in only one word in English and is unlikely to be used in many more. The implicationals, morphemes, and as in oxen is called non-productive. It is a historical oddity. New nouns formed in English would most likely be pluralized by as, not an. Neologism or new words are constantly being added to languages. Alright, there are 9 processes used to form new words. 1. With compounding. 2. With acronym formation. 3. With foreign word borrowing. 4. With clipping. 5. With blending. 7. With derivation. 8. With back formation. And last, 9. With eponyms, people names. Alright, 9 processes used to form new words will explain more detail by my friends.
Compounding. Compounding is a fundamental linguistic process where two or more individual words are joined together to create a single, unified word with a distinct meaning. This practice is a common and flexible way for languages to adapt and evolve over time. In English, compound words can take various forms, such as clause compounds. For example, toothpaste, hyphenate compounds. For example, mother-in-law, and open compounds. For example, ice cream. Compounding allows for the development of new words to describe emerging concepts, technologies, or cultural phenomena. It plays a crucial role in expanding and enriching a language's vocabulary. Acronym formation. Acronym formation involves taking the initial letters or parts of a longer phrase or series of words and combining them to create a shorter, more manageable word or abbreviation. Acronyms are widely used across various fields, including technology, government, healthcare, and the military, to simplify complex terminology and enhance communication efficiency. For example, UNESCO stands for the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, and NASA represents the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Acronyms serve as mnemonic devices, aiding memory and making it easier for people to refer to and discuss complex or lengthy concepts in a concise manner. They are a testament to language's adaptability and its ability to evolve alongside our ever-changing world.
Hello everyone, my name is Zakia Sabila. My last student number is 042. Foreign word borrowing. A cosmopolitan culture like ours is always coming into contact with other cultures. Through trade, travel, and conflict, words from one language enter other languages. Some of these words, such as the French chapter, are spelled the same in English as they are in the original language. A sample of words that English has borrowed from other language is listed here. Recipe, root, gopher, dime, camouflage, shoulder, menu, and boulevard. Italian, solo, piano, balcony, costume, infantry, captain, pastel, allegro, and casino. Fiesta, Pablo, taco, plaza, guitar, bonanza, choral, pronto, and rodeo. Noodle, pretzel, dung, kindergarten, waltz, and loafer. African languages taught gorilla, zebra, gumbo, and okra. Spanish has borrowed many words from Natul, the language of Aztec. Napali became nopal or cactus, tecolote was tecolote or owl, and pocoli was pole. Other Natul words that were observed into Spanish were later observed into English, so chocolate is chocolate in both Spanish and English. Tomato is tomate and tomato. Spanish also borrowed many words from Arabic in the Middle Age when the Moor ruled Spain. For example, alcate or mayor, arroz or rice, and aranco or flavor. Modern Japanese has borrowed many words from English in recent years, modifying them to fit the Japanese phonological system. For example, gorin pisu, green peas, kisu, kiss, no comment to no comment, and salariman, salaried man. Okay, next, clipping. Clipping is nipping a section of word to form a shortened form. Gas is clipped from gasoline, phone is clipped from telephone, and gym is clipped from gymnasium. A recent example would be app for application. Some other example of clipping you can see in this picture. For the example, stat from statistic, fan from fanatic, perm from permanent wave, exam from examination, dorm from dormitory, bus from omnibus, detox from detoxification, and blog from web blog.
Hello, my name is Sabila Ramadhani and my last student number is 040. Here I want to explain what is blending and derivation. So, what is blending? Blending is the process of taking two or more words, compounding, clipping parts of one or more of the words, and then combining them. Blends can also be called telescope words. One defining feature of blends that is recognized in most morphological classification is that blends combine the initial part or whole of one word with the final part or whole of another word. For example, the word brunch was formed by conjoining the initial part of the word breakfast and the final part of the word lunch. Blends are often formed in such a way that base word overlap, as in jumbrella, where the base word jumbo and umbrella share the segment on. And in some cases, blending involves clipping of both base words. In other cases, One or both base words are incorporated into the blend, as in wardrobe, floor plus wardrobe, frenemy, friend plus enemy, or predictionary, prediction plus dictionary. Blends also often used for result of technology, such as the word nylon and betatron. Nylon is formed by combining vinyl and rayon. Betatron is a combination of beta ray and electron. Other examples of blends are sitcom, situation comedy, motel, motor hotel, telephone, television and marathon, Eurasia, Europe and Asia, and email, electronic and mail. As you can see, in the last example, electronic is clipped back to just the letter E. So next is derivation. What is derivation? Derivation is the process of forming a new word from an existing word, often by adding a prefix or suffix such as an or nas. For example, like unhappy and happiness derive from the root word happy. We say that word has been formed by derivation if that word has been formed by adding the derivational affix. Some of them are as follows: re, and, this, in, pre, li, nas, and so on. Derivational often involves the addition of a derivational suffix or other affix, such as an affix easily applies to words of one lexical category, part of speech, and changes them into word of another such category. For example, one effect of the English derivational suffix li is to change an adjective into an adverb, like slow, slowly. And here are examples of English derivational patterns and their suffixes. However, derivational affixes do not necessarily alter the lexical category. They may change narrowly the meaning of the base and leave the category unchanged. Generally speaking, inflection applies in more or less regular patterns to all members of a part of speech, while derivation follows less consistent patterns. However, it is important to note that derivation and inflection can share homonyms, that being morphemes that have the same sound but not the same meaning. For example, when the affix er is added to an adjective, as in smaller, it acts as an inflection. But when added to a verb, as in cooker, it acts as a derivation. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Wulan Fitri. My last student number is 043. Back formation and eponyms people's name. Back formation. Back formation is used to form a new word through the process of analogy by removing an affix or what appears to be an affix from the word. For example, the word revise can be used as the root to form the word revision. This is a derivational process, but sometimes an invented word looks like a derivational process even though the new word was not directly derived from any existing root. For instance, the word television was formed by combining tele or transmit and vision or something seen. Television was not derived from televise. However, televise was based on the fact that words like revision are formed from revise. An imitative process like this is called analogy. The words formed are analogous to those formed by following appropriate established rules. The term back formation refers to the fact that televise was actually clipped from television rather than being the root for it. The word televise didn't exist before the word television and therefore couldn't be the root for television. Other examples of back formation are as follows: donate from donation, edit from editor, enthuse from enthusiasm, automate from automation. Eponym, people names. Eponyms are words formed from people names. Eponyms are words that are derived from the name of a person, often the person who created or popularized the item or concept. For example, sandwich. is an eponym named after John Montagu, the fourth Earl of Sandwich, who is said to have popularized the idea of putting food between slices of bread. People like to be remembered. One way to increase the likelihood of being remembered is to have something named after you. Proper names are used to label animals and plants, or Darwin's fences. Inventions are the saxophone, named for adult Joseph Sax. Places are Washington for George Washington and District of Columbia for Christopher Columbus. Activities are boycott from the name of the Captain Charles Channing boycott and other people.
Hello everyone, my name is Miss Alvita, or you can call me May in short. My last year numbers is 039. After hearing some explanations from my friends before, now I will tell you or explain you about trade names. Trade names are basically names that are given to product or companies. Sometimes these names are based on their creator or something unique, like Ford. Yes, this car. Ford for cars named after Henry Ford. Other times they are completely made up, such as Xerox. Now I will show you one picture. If you see this picture, what is in your mind? Apple? Yes, Apple is one of trade name. These trade names can become so popular that people use them to refer to the products themselves. For example, aspirin. Aspirin was originally a trade name for a specific kind of medicine but made by Bayer. The next one is Jello. Jello was a trade name for a gelatin dessert from General Foods. And Kleenex was for facial tissues from Kimberly Clark. Those examples are from other countries' products. The example from our country product is Indomie. I think Indomie has become so popular that revert to noodle. Even the noodle is not Indomie, but people like to call it Indomie. Next, people often continue to use these trade names. Even, like I've mentioned before, it appears in different company makes the product. For example, like Rock's machine might be made by Canon and the aspirin made by Johnson& and Johnson, but we still call them that as Xerox or aspirin. Same like the one that I mentioned before, Indomie. Even like the one that produced it, it's not Indo food, but people will keep still call the noodle as Indomie. Additionally, some trade names like Google are so well known that they become a general word for any internet search. Even you actually open Yahoo, but sometimes you still call it Google. This flexibility in language is important for our culture and communication because it makes it easier for us to adapt to new things and share ideas. The second thing is words can change their meanings over time. For example, butcher. Butcher used to mean someone who slaughtered goats, but now means someone who prepare any meat. And then girl once referred to any young person without any specific gender, but now specifically means a young female. Some words have completely changed in meaning, like silly. Silly used to mean happy, but now means something negative. Nice. Word nice used to mean ignorant, but now has a positive meaning. In some English varieties, word bad can mean good, which is a reversal in meaning. The study of word history is called etymology, and etymology dictionaries provide the history of words. So, words have evolved in form and meaning over time, making language interesting and flexible. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ajang and my last two-digit student number is 002. And in this part, I will explain about lexical categorize or part of speech. Lexical categorize or part of speech are classes of words which differ in how other words can be constructed out of them. It is divided into 8 parts, which I will explain in this video. Noun. Nouns are the names of persons, places, attitudes, ideas, things, qualities, or conditions that can be used as the subject of the sentences, the object of the verb, or the object of a preposition. In English, they can occur after articles a, an, and the. Many also can be inflected to show number with suffix s or to show possessions. The first one is proper nouns, which is named person, place, activity, idea, or thing. For example, John Smith, California, and Pico Boulevard. The second one is common nouns, which, unlike the proper nouns, these revert to a class of persons, ideas, or things. For example, man, state, and street can be classified into the first is concrete noun, also known as tangible object. For example, cow, tree, and noise. Second one is abstract noun or intangible thing, idea or concept. For example, love, liberty, and admiration. Third one is count noun, is the noun that can be pluralized, can be modified by a numeral, and can have a certain relevant determiners before it, such as each and several. For example, dog, car, and house. For the fourth is mass noun, that revert to substances of which any quantity is not differentiable and generally cannot be pluralized. For example, butter, water, flour, and gravel. The fifth is collective noun, that revert to a group of things. For example, mob, flock, and herd. And for the second one, we have pronoun. Pronoun is a word that replaces a noun or another pronoun in a sentence. For example, in the sentence, I love my dog because he's a good boy, the word he is a pronoun that replaces the noun dog. The third one is adjectives. Adjectives that modify a noun or pronoun. They identify a characteristic or a quality of a noun or pronoun. In English, they occur before the noun or after the verbs like is. They can be inflected for degrees such as comparative faster and superlative fastest. Traditionally, English teachers places adjectives into two categories, which is descriptive and limiting. Fourth is determiner, but this determiner is not one of the traditional parts of speech. Generally, what linguists call determiners are called adjectives by English teachers. There are differences between common adjective and determiners. Determiners cannot take the comparative ending er as in faster or superlative ending est as in fastest. Linguists use category determiner for words for affixes that specify something about a noun. Fifth is verbs, which is express an action, an occurrence, and condition or a state of being. They can be a single word or a group of words, and in English, they can also be inflected for tense, person, number, voice, and aspect. The sixth one is adverb. It can modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Like adjectives, certain adverbs can have a positive, comparative, and superlative degree, as fast, faster, and fastest. Seventh one is preposition. Preposition usually introduce a phrase that ends in a noun or pronoun. They show a relationship between the object and another word or words in a sentence. And for the last one, there was interjections. Interjections are not a vital part of the sentence grammatically. They can be removed and not alter the grammatical structure of the sentence. They are used to express feelings.